Oh, I didn't notice that. Okay, let me see something. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. We have had so much that happened yesterday, and not just with Trump, other people too. We're gonna talk about Gilbert Arenas this morning too. Shannon Sharp this morning. Hey, Lori. Good morning, beautiful. Hey, Cool Beans. Good morning. Hey, Dr. Africa. Good morning, beautiful. We are going to talk about a couple of things. Like, man, it's just one thing after another thing after another thing after another. We're going to talk about a couple things this morning. And a lot of it starts with lack of discipline. A lot of it starts with lack of discipline. Hey, Kiera, good morning. Good morning, baby love. Good morning to you. Yeah, a lot of it starts with lack of discipline. Folks got to get better at learning to say, nah, I don't need to be a part of that. Hey, Alicia, good morning. Good morning. Now, I'm going to start off talking about something. I'm going to start off talking about Trump in Canada, right? So, Canada came out and said that they are behind Palestine having statehood. So then Trump comes out and says, well, that's going to hurt. That may hurt Canada's trade stance with America. America doesn't get to dictate for other nations their foreign policy. See, that shit doesn't fly in other countries. You're president of America. Didn't Republicans say they were voting for Trump because they were tired of policing the world? And look at Paul still trying to police the world. How about you police giving us them Epstein files? Police that. Hey, good morning to you. Good morning, Mrs. Thompson. He needs to police that. Yeah, what happened to America first? All of a sudden, when Canada has an opinion that obviously doesn't align with Trump's, it's a problem. No, Canada has a right to have whatever stance they want to have on their foreign policy. Hey, Sonopa. Hey, beautiful. Good morning. Good morning, Stacy T. They have a right to have whatever stance they want to have. But again, this is America thinking they get to dictate to every other country in the world, on the globe, what they can and cannot support. Hi, Tawana. Tawana. Yeah, I think I said your name right. Good morning. Hey, Vintage Crush. Good morning. Thank you for the like, sweetheart. Thank you, Kimberly, for sharing the live. First of all, thank you all for joining me this morning. I appreciate your time because TikTok's a huge place and you could be anywhere else, but you choose to be here, so I appreciate that. So I always like to let people know that I appreciate that. But I thought MAGA said they were voting for Trump because Trump was not interested in policing the world. Yet Trump is spending time policing the world because he don't want to release those Epstein files. We want those Epstein files. Hey, Yvette, good morning. That's what we want, Epstein files. We don't want to hear about all that other shit that Trump is talking about. Because frankly, all that other stuff is a waste of damn time. Say it again, Dr. Africa. America needs to mind its damn business. Okay, I did pronounce it correctly. Awesome. Yeah, America needs to mind its business. Mind your own business and mind the business that's going to help the American people. The 99.9, not the 0.1%. Do that. But Paw don't want to work on that. He too busy producing fake lists. That's why I said we want the evidence. Because he told us that, and to your point, Kimberly, and the complete tape. We want them to stop feeding stuff to the media, talking about that's what it was. There was no issue with the tape. That's not what CBS said yesterday. CBS said that tape doesn't align with the they looked at the building plans and they compared the building plans to the tape and said that tape doesn't even show the stuff that we need to see. It was gaslighting at its finest. We want the tape. We want the evidence. We want to know what was happening. And like I told y'all, when Trump did that interview answering reporters' questions when he was in Scotland, when they asked him about Epstein, and he said, we had a falling out because he took not one, but two of my employees from the spa. That second employee that Trump even mentions in the video when he's talking about it, that young lady was about 15, 16 years old. My question, what was a 15, 16-year-old doing working in the Trump spa? Media, why are you not asking that question? This is why I keep telling y'all that mainstream media is in bed with all this other shit with these rich people. Because why they not asking? Why they not asking? That was my natural next question. Like, they got kids working at the spa? Kiara, we know she wasn't restocking towels because we know for a fact that, listen, they not just paying somebody to stock towels. It's not 1982. They got people in there that got 2 and 3, 4 responsibilities. It's Trump. He's going to try to maximize as much as possible to get as much money out of that, which means he's going to put the least amount in it. 15 and 16-year-olds can't even be licensed to do spa services, so you know they're not there doing spa services. Exactly, Sanopa. That's even more interesting, isn't it? Isn't it even more interesting? Why would a so-called billionaire even remember a 15, 16-year-old that works at his spa? You worked at a spa when you was 15, 16. My question, happy, where were your fucking parents? They were so irresponsible. You've been blocked. Girl, you not coming on here trying to recruit. Not here. Your parents were irresponsible. If your ass was working in a spa at 15, 16-year-old, unsupervised by your parents were fucking irresponsible. I said what I said. Because my parents never would have allowed such a thing. Never. I blocked her. She was full of it. And if she wasn't full of it, honey, you were not being cared for properly. For your parents to leave you, it ain't 72. Hell, even in 1972, they didn't have kids working in the spa. Nah, even if she knew them. Kimberly, if she knew him, she had to be family. I'm going to tell you, I knew it was a troll account because it didn't have enough followers. You understand where I'm coming from, Kimberly? That shit was trolling. People who work, kids that work in a spa, it's a family spa. And even if they work in that spa, the only place you're going to see that child is at the front desk, if you even see that child. If you even see that child. I remember my mother knew somebody who owned a libation store. He would have his kids sometimes at the libation store, but you never saw them out. They were in the back office. Like what? They were in the back office. They were his kids. He not going to have his kids out exposed to those people coming in the libation store. Hey, sweetie, good morning. Good morning, Gravy. So that's why I go. I'm not buying it. Hey, C. Mandy. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. I just found it weird to me that Trump would even remember her working in his spa. He can't even remember the lies he told on Tuesday, but he can remember that she worked in his spa. Hey, Sharon. Hey, Cephas. Hey, Miss M. How? Why would a guy like that even remember that? You know what I'm saying? Hey, JK. Hey, buy me goats. Look, that's me every day to my husband. Buy me goats. He won't do it. Won't do it. But that's why I keep saying, pay attention. Trump just, when he talked to reporters on that plane, it made me have more questions. Why were children working in the spa? Why? And I'm going to tell you something. You know that young girl he's talking about. You can go see her testimony from the Epstein case. Her stuff lining up with what Trump was saying. Yep, that's her, Kimberly. And you're right, C. Mandy. Everyone should have goats. Hey, Kimber. Folks need to pay attention. Folks need to pay attention. These people know what they're doing. Hey, storyteller. Good morning, beautiful. They know exactly what they're doing. But I keep asking that question, and I'm waiting for mainstream media to ask the question, and I ain't seen nobody ask it yet. Why are kids working at the Mar-a-Lago spa? Why? We still don't have an answer. And I would like to know why Mar-a-Lago was actually employing children to work in the spa. Doesn't seem logical, don't make any sense to me. I'm going to just keep on asking that question until the media asks the question. I believe the same thing you believe, Kimberly. But the media, notice they won't ask the question. Why? Why? Why can't we ask? Why won't they ask? Yeah, you're absolutely right, Ursula. They're afraid to ask. But I'm asking why they're afraid. No, that ain't no summer job, Kenneth. That ain't no summer job. I'm going to go ahead and send you packing. I can't take you seriously. You had Cash App in your profile. No. Mm-mm. Exactly. I ain't never seen at a Jamaican resort, I ain't never seen no kids working in there. And two, you certainly ain't walking in no spa in Jamaica and no child working in there. Like I said before, why were children working at Trump's spa? Why? Of all the places they could have worked. Summer jobs at Mar-a-Lago, I totally agree with. But not in the spa. Why not on the golf course? Being a caddy? You understand what I'm saying? All these other things they could do. Hey, Ashley, why in the spa? Some of y'all can keep lying to yourselves if you want to. But lying, exactly, they could be washing off golf carts, whatever. There's plenty of things they could have did at Mar-a-Lago besides work in the spa. Don't make sense. That shit don't add up to me. And I want the media to ask why those kids were working there and what was their job in the spa. That they would come in contact with Jeffrey Epstein, where he could then steal the employees and take them over to his spot. You understand my logic here? Even if you had a teen working at the spa, how did they come in contact with Jeffrey Epstein? How did Jeffrey Epstein interact with this child in your spa? Right. Doesn't make sense. Oh yeah, very easy access, Mark, but that's my point. Don't make sense to me. And I'm not about suspending belief or act like it's a coincidence. That's not no fucking coincidence. There's something there. We need to know. Playtime, you made me think about something. Well, my husband and I, we went to one of these specific resorts in Jamaica. Kids weren't even allowed in that resort, to your point. They weren't even allowed. They weren't even allowed. They had a guard. They had guards that guarded the walkway all times of the night. So that if you even tried to sneak with your children over to the other side, or if anybody under 18 tried to come on the other side, you was getting stopped in your tracks. It was an adults only resort. So there was no way, no how, no kids whatsoever. You're under 18, you're a child to them. Quiet as kept, it might have been under 21 because this was a play. They didn't want no mess. You understand? So that's where I go. You mean to tell me at Mar-a-Lago, though, they allow children working in there? Children are members of the club. Right. He thought what he said was going to make a difference, but all it did was cause more questions. And all it did was make me look at mainstream media in America. Is what I keep telling y'all, that they all work together because they're all owned by the same rich folks who tell them what they can and cannot ask. Oh, stay away from that. Yeah, get into that. Children shouldn't work in spas in America, but apparently in Mar-a-Lago they do for some strange reason. Apparently in Mar-a-Lago they do. Or at least they did. But now I got another question. Do children still work at the spa at Mar-a-Lago, since they did many years ago when this happened? When did y'all start employing kids at the spa at Mar-a-Lago, and when did you stop? What kind of work did they do at the spa? How many children have ever been employed at the Mar-a-Lago spa? You see what I'm saying? It's just more questions for me, but it doesn't put me in a position to go, it sounds like there's nothing going on. No, that's not what it sounds like to me. To me, it piques my interest more. Hey, Nessa Bessa, good morning, beautiful. That's what it does for me. It makes me go, why are they doing that? Because I don't know about you. If I ever went to a spa and I come in there and there's children there, I'm turning around leaving. Hey, Hot Toddy, I'm turning around leaving. This ain't the place for me. Because this is my thing. I'm not going to feel comfortable in a situation like that. I already know it. I got kids. I believe in protecting kids. So no, I wouldn't get down with it. So that's why I look at all of this and I go, duh. They're not asking the questions that I'm asking right here in my house. And I am not a trained journalist. So you tell me that trained journalists aren't having these questions either. Come on. Say it again. That's like kids in a bar. Don't make sense. Don't make sense. Yeah, thank you. It ain't even comfortable even talking about it for real. But look at the comfort in him talking about it. He was more upset, remember, because Trump loves to talk. He only ended the friendship because his friend stole an employee. That's it. Her age was not a factor. That would have been even more alarming for me, since this so-called is my friend and I know what my friend is into, right? That's why I say none of this shit adds up. None of it. A person like me, I listen to what people say and I go, 1 + 1 is 2, and you're not going to tell me that 1 + 1 is 6. There's nothing you can do to convince me of that. So guess what? Guess what? Guess what? I know you're full of it. Yeah, right. There's straight up conning, but it's more here. But media, when are you going to ask the real questions? Because we waiting. And I agree with that too, Savage Garden, that they were still friends, but Epstein became a problem for Trump because Epstein was a person that had a lot of information on him and a lot of compromise on him. So does Ghislaine Maxwell. Thus, why he's so intrigued to have his Justice Department talk to her and for them to figure out some way to work a deal. He won't negotiate with China, but he'll negotiate with Ghislaine Maxwell. Okay. Yeah, you're right. Good journalists have quit their jobs. Now, there's still some out here that are good. But to be honest, I have to call into question if they're good because they ain't asking those questions. Now that you say it, I have to look at it funny because they're not asking the questions that we're asking, and we're regular people. We're regular people. You understand? We're regular people. We're not trained journalists, and we're asking the questions. So you mean to tell me that people who are trained don't have these questions? Yeah, I'm with you. I have a hard time believing that. They're being told what to ask. I agree. I agree. Because nothing else makes sense. Because I'm like, what do they say? If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. And I know enough to know that I'm smart, but it's no damn way that I'm smarter than you when you're a trained journalist. Because if that's the case, then you shouldn't be on TV, right? You shouldn't be a journalist, right? That's why I say it don't make sense to me. Something ain't adding up. There's a whole lot of holes in the story. It's a whole lot of things that the media isn't asking that I'm sitting here going, you need to be asking. Why aren't y'all asking? But my lowly ass is asking on TikTok. Oh, I know about the books. I know about the books. But I'm talking about karma. I'm talking about like these journalists doing the in the newspapers and cable news and all that other shit. I just find it interesting that they're not asking the questions. Exactly, Tracy. They're censoring everything. And the big multimedia companies that these reporters work for, they don't want to be sued. See, that's the other thing. Because CBS laid down for Trump and paid him, other people are shook. Other agencies are shook, well, except for Fox News and Murdoch, but you can't really count on their ass because they spew the most rhetoric out of everybody. So you can't really count. For Murdoch, it's more so about being offended that Trump dared sue, you know, and Wall Street Journal, which helped push the narrative of Trump and still does. Like Wall Street Journal seems to be flip-flopping back and forth between trying to betray him, but at the same time, keep trying to lift the shit up. You ain't never lied. Ain't nothing new on the news. Because the news is, a lot of it's manufactured. They want to tell you what they want you to be outraged by. Yep, you ain't going to hear him speak about you now. You ain't going to hear him speak a whole lot about what's happening over between Israel and Palestine. You'll hear certain things, but it's a whole lot of things you'll never hear because it doesn't help push the agenda. So you're not going to hear it. You're only going to hear the things they want you to hear that continue to push the agenda. Anything that's going to cause you to think, honestly, anything that makes you uncomfortable, they're not putting it on. That's the shit you need to see. But they're not going to put it on because you're going to turn the channel or turn off the TV, and they don't want that. So they want to make you comfortable or make you uncomfortable, but comfortable enough that you keep listening because these people, this network, this show is going to tell you how to deal with the thing that they told you that made you scared. Otherwise, you won't watch. It's all marketing. Not my little fart. I don't know about that. But probably. Correct. Just like Fox did yesterday morning on the conservative radio about what happened. Exactly. That's what they do. That's what they do. They always. Cliff, you can't come in here speaking in caps like that. I don't know you. So I had to put you out. See, I know Brulicious, but I don't know you. So you come in here shouting. You can't come in here shouting at me like that. I don't allow that. I don't allow that. Some of it's lazy investigating, but Savage Garden, they don't even have to look far to get the information. It's deliberate not putting it there. It's not lazy investigating. Because if you look at the deposition documents, you look at all of the stuff that's just out there, the information's there. They're not publishing it and talking about it on purpose. Good morning, Corey. That's what's happening. It ain't no that's not lazy reporting. That's deliberate misinforming the public, filtering news, only giving you the information that they want you to have. That's what that is. That's what that is. And moving the goalposts too. Moving the goalposts. Because see, one thing that I've noticed in all of this discussion, they've almost dehumanized the children. Right? You don't even think about the victims anymore who are now adults, who still carry those scars. You don't even think about those people anymore because they're dehumanized. Because when you think about the pain that follows them forever, that shit bothers you. You understand? And then you want to advocate for them. But they've dehumanized them so that you don't want to advocate for them. That at some point, this is how a lot of the MAGAs fall into the hole of worrying more about protecting this guy than the people that were violated by people that, by other people. That's the wrong thing to think. Oh yeah, a lot of trauma. But understand, a lot of the people who are helping to sweep it under the rug have the same damn trauma. I said what I said. They got the same damn trauma. And you know what their mindset is? They're so broken. Their mindset is, I moved on. I moved on. You can too. What? No. We're supposed to fight for the most vulnerable. Yep, exactly. They tried to dehumanize them. You can't dehumanize a child in relation to that. Because a child can't be that. Yep, a child can't be that. So if you're engaging in that, you're the predator. Because a child can't willingly be in that. They have no empathy, but that's why I had none when the tornadoes and the hurricanes hit. I lack the same empathy. I lack the same empathy when they begging for help. I lack the same empathy, beloved. Yep, I lack the same empathy. Now, I want to talk about a couple of other things this morning. Good morning, dude, that I think y'all should know about. Now, Nancy Pelosi is worth a lot of money, right? She's worth millions. And so people have been saying, hey, she does, Trump says, along with some other people, it says she done insider trading. It's very rich coming for Trump because he's the king of insider trading, in my opinion. But very rich coming from him, right? Now, so Pelosi is saying she endorses the stock trade ban. Good. Now Congress need to make it happen. Now I want to see how many congressmen vote and congresswomen vote against banning Congress from trading stock. Because Congress shouldn't be trading stock at all. How are you policing the companies, getting insider information, and then getting to turn around and invest in those same companies? No, they shouldn't be able to do that. They're double dipping. So now that we got somebody with Pelosi's stature in Congress saying, yep, I endorse the stock trade ban, every Democrat better vote for that shit. And I want it to be in a clean bill, not a part of no other bill. Because see, that's how they can hide. You see? Clean bill, no other bill. Just a clean bill banning stock insider trading. That's it. Just a clean bill. That's what I want to see. But I guarantee, you're absolutely right, Mark, the same number of people will vote for that clean bill banning stock trades. The same people that would vote for having term limits. It's going to be a big fat zero. That's why we got to get them out of there and get people in there that understand you can't come up here and have a job and stay here forever. Oh, yeah, she was supporting it, but now she's supporting the stock trade ban. So this is the time that you get it done. I didn't hear it makes exceptions for Trump. I'm going to tell you why I didn't hear that, Kimber. The only reason why I would say that that's not true, Kimber, is because if that's true, Nancy Pelosi wouldn't endorse it. She wouldn't endorse it. So that's why I say I don't believe that. I don't believe that. That's designed to get Democrats to say, vote against, vote this, that, and the other, get Democrats to vote against their own interests. No, don't do it. That's how I knew Rona was going to be a thing. Insider trading on House committee. Ah, no surprise. No surprise. I'll look it up too and try to see, but I hadn't heard that. Just so y'all know on something else, Microsoft, they're poised to be worth $4 trillion with a T. Not a B. $4 trillion. Now, the reason why I wanted to mention this was because I was so irritated with Microsoft yesterday. I was trying to do something yesterday, and of course, because I bought a new laptop a couple weeks back. Y'all remember when I bought a new laptop? So they give you like this free trial of Microsoft or whatever. Because I'm not paying for that shit. I'm not paying for that. Every year, you got to renew. And every year, it gets more and more expensive. More and more expensive. More and more expensive. And I'm like, well, shit, no wonder they're worth $4 trillion. They automatically come installed on like almost every fucking PC you buy, where they try to pigeonhole you into using their products. You know what I'm saying? The government works in cahoots with them. No wonder. That needs to be changed too. And good morning, Jeanette. Everything is subscription based. Y'all don't let these rich people monetize our entire lives. I told people when the cloud came that the cloud was the devil. I told people. I said, cloud is the devil. And they said, what you mean the cloud is the devil? I said, because the whole concept is you can always have everything you need with you everywhere you go. And I said then, well, why do I need everything with me everywhere I go? I don't understand why I need that. I don't think we need everything everywhere we go at all times. We don't need that. But folks got convinced. Say it again, Karma. And then and moving forward with the cloud, they got rid of more and more physical property. You want to buy a new movie? Download it. No, I don't want to download it. I used to like buying the DVD. Yeah, because when I bought the DVD, I owned it. As long as I own that DVD, I own that movie. I can watch it anytime I want to, and can't nobody do nothing about it. Because see, in my time, we had CDs, we had tapes, records, Blu-ray discs, all that stuff. The young people now, all you can do is download. Okay, all that's cool, but when you ain't got no internet, you ain't got shit to watch. You can't stream it. Me, as long as I got electricity, a VHS player, I got a VHS player, I got a Betamax, I got a Blu-ray player, I got CD players, I got DVD players, all types of stuff, because I still have that media. It means it's stuff I still own. I still have my original copy of Grand Theft Auto that I bought. Multiple Grand Theft Autos. Because now it's hard to get physical copies of even video games. It's hard to even get physical copies. For us growing up, get it when a new video game came out, part of the charm in owning the game was physically owning the fucking game. Buying music, physically owning the damn CD. Linear notes. I guess young people don't even care about that. It was a big deal. You listen to a CD or tape and you're pulling out that sheet and you're reading, thank you, Kier. You're reading the fuck out of that case. Front to back, you're reading everything. Who produced, any notes they put in there to say any dedications. It was like good stuff. I remember when Michael Jackson came out with the History album. Those linear notes were unmatched. That shit was like a book. That thing was a book. That's how things were. Y'all let these rich people trick you into convenience. Yeah, but convenience meant you had loss of power. Yep, you had additional pictures of the artists in there. You had a lot of B level stuff that the artist wanted to include that the label didn't really like, but the artist could get into linear notes. That's where you got to really explore stuff. Y'all will never know the charm of picking up a record, an album, and you can open up the case and it opens and spreads open wide, and you get all this great art and all this other stuff. Y'all will never know what that's like. Never. That shit was a whole movement. That shit was a whole, like, feeling. You just never know what you'll never know what it's like to put an album on a record player and hear that beginning right before it start playing. That shit, oh, it feels so good to hear a record. A record. Say it again, Gloria, but now they buy a phone and it don't even come with a damn charger. Like, what? Back in our day, we could get a phone. It come with a charger cord. It come with earbuds, the SIM card. Hell, some of them back in the day also used to come with an SD card for saving your stuff on. Because remember, back then, your storage was portable. Y'all tricked them into giving, you pay $2,000 for a cell phone that they cap you out on storage, and if you want more storage, you got to pay them to get more storage. Y'all getting hustled. They straight Deboing y'all. Y'all letting y'all cell phone company treat y'all like Debo treated Craig and Smoke. Literally. They patting y'all fucking pockets down every month. And y'all just like, okay. Y'all just let them do it. Just let them do it. It's crazy. I'm just like, huh? I don't understand how y'all let that happen. My mother, right? My mother coveted her record collection. When my mother passed away, for me, the most important thing to get was her record collection. I was like, all that other shit, I don't really care about. But the records stay with me. I got my grandmama's 45s. I got all my mama's original vinyl. All of the original shit that she bought when the shit came out. All of it. Queen, Bee Gees, Donna Summer, Toto, like everything. The Beatles. Like, listen, that Sgt. Pepper's and the Lonely Heart Club Band, shit. I didn't like the Beatles, but I did like that album. I remember that album as a kid. I did like that album because my mama had bought it and she played the shit. I got that original Whitney Houston album too. You still got that original Whitney Houston when she was in the water. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Okay? Y'all faking on that vinyl. Listen, ain't nothing like it. And only thing I wish I still had, because I know us older folks, y'all remember this. Those old school component sets. Ooh, them old school component sets. Honey, they're so expensive now. I would love to have an old school component set. The wooden kind where we could pull up on one side. Man, everybody and their mama had a component set when I was growing up. That was just like water in somebody's house back then. Now, that shit is pricey now. Now it's going to cost you. Oh, I remember that. I remember Marion Stokes. I remember. Oh, yeah, I got all the original Michael Jackson joints. I got original Michael Jackson albums, original, like I said, Queen albums, Jackson 5 albums, Chic albums. I know y'all remember Chic. Don't play with me. Man, I got my grandmama's original 8-track tapes. One of them being the Mary Jane Girls. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. I love all of that stuff. Do you understand me? All of it. I kept all of it because I understand the value in it. Old Curtis Blow. Old, like when rap first started. Yep, I got old Average White Band, original Average White Band. There's nothing like hearing that music on the original albums. Nothing like it. When you hear music off of an album, an actual record, it changes things. The music sounds different because it is different. It just sounds different. That's why I said, y'all let rich people trick you into renting everything. Renting everything. Because that's what it is. Y'all pay for access. Y'all don't own nothing. You don't even realize it. You don't even own your cell phone, technically. You pay for access. That's what you pay for. You pay for access. Because you don't own it. You're paying for access. Y'all don't let them trick you into paying for subscription services for your washer, your dryer, your stove, your refrigerator, your damn TV. Like, what? Why would you pay? What do you need a subscription-based service for TV for? And I say that to say Comcast, right? Their earnings have top revenue estimates. You know why? Because they keep raising the prices. They keep raising the prices. That's why most of my TV is YouTube. Now, I pay for TV. I got a $16 a month service I pay for. Y'all better switch to these IPTVs and stop paying for cable and satellite. It's too much money. It's too much money. Man, I remember when Wi-Fi used to be $10 a month. My husband was just saying the other day, man, our internet is so slow. I said, well, we could get it faster, but we'd have to pay Verizon more money. We already paying them $130 a month. When we first got this service, it was $50. They just keep increasing the price, increasing the price, increasing the price. I can't stand Comcast. To me, I call them Comtrash. Comtrash is one of the dirtiest ones. Y'all need to read y'all bill in detail when it comes to Comcast. I'm telling you, I'm going to tell you some secrets about Comcast. And I never worked for them. But I had them for so long, I learned how to deal with their ass. You want to bring your bill down? Call their ass every month and threaten to leave. They'll do everything in their power to get you to stay. But they will bring down your damn bill. And if they don't, cancel that shit. That's the first thing. Second thing, check your bill. Comcast charges you for them to donate to your local schools. Call them. Get that shit removed from your bill. I did. I used to call and get it removed every fucking month. I would tell Comcast outright, you are not going to charge me on my bill for you to make donations to the school system that you get a tax write-off on. I don't get no tax write-off. So you donate that shit out of your profits. Take that shit off my bill. I never agreed to that. Y'all better be more vocal with these companies and stop letting them just take your money. Read the bills in detail and see how they nickel and dime you. Comcast is notorious for nickel and diming you to get you to pay for things that you don't want or don't need. Period. Period. You used to do the same thing when you had Comcast? Yeah, that's why you have to. Buy your own routers so that companies don't keep charging you every month for the equipment. Now, I done paid for that equipment 10 times over. If you just buy your own, it's already done. Yeah, Obama did run on the cable people because cable companies do rip you off. Think about it. If you're paying for cable and satellite still, you're paying a couple $100 a month. And most of the channels you don't even watch. You don't even watch most of those channels. Think about it. You don't even watch them. But you're forced to pay for them anyway. And they'll only give you a discount if you'll give them automatic access to your account with auto billing. Nope. Fuck you. Won't get no auto bill out of me. Because every month I'm going to look at that fucking bill before it's paid. No, I'm not going to just pay it. If it was $25, I would. But we ain't talking $25. So I want to see what my money go to. Oh, Comcast won't let you? Of course they won't, because they want you to use their shit. And y'all got to understand, companies like Comcast, Verizon, all of them, they lobby Congress to lock you down so that you don't have no options. See, understand, when they talk shit about countries like Japan and China, yeah, but they ain't got to do the shit we got to do. They got freedom when it comes to shit like that. We don't. We don't. But we be running around, we're free. While we slaves to capitalism. We're not free at all. We're slaves to capitalism every day. People from other countries know that. From people from other countries, they know and understand that. Yep, and they have faster services for less money. I told y'all, I think it was Japan. They now have the fastest internet in the world. You can download the entire Netflix library in a minute. Oh, okay. All right. If you want urban programming, those channels are always more expensive. But you know what? It's even less expensive if you switch to IPTV. Just switch to some IPTV service and call it a day. See, Americans, y'all think y'all got it good. Japan, them motherfuckers is living in the future. They're literally, you know how you watched the Jetsons when you were growing up and you were thinking that that's what our future would be? No, that's Japan's right now. America, we're still, we're regressing. We're not progressing. That's what makes it even worse. We're not progressing. Exactly. We buffer. Buffering is just a way of life in America. We used to buffering. Yep, and us not having high-speed rail. But you can't have high-speed rail because that's innovation. Oh, that's something else. I know I heard something. That's innovation. So we can't have high-speed rail. That's innovation. Yeah, and racism too. Like I saw something yesterday that made me howl. I laughed because I was like, but that is America, but I know that there are a lot of Americans and hold on, I'm gonna tell you about something else I just saw. I'm not surprised. Hold on, let me find it. Because I saw it the other day and it had me go, wow. Hold on, let me find it. Because when I saw it, I was like, is that it? No, that's not it. I may not be able to find it right now. Nah, shoot, I can't find it. We work in great paying states and live in cheap ones. Yeah. Yep, and the roads are all messed up. Again, if rich people paid their fair share, y'all, we would have high-speed rail. And these other countries, rich people pay their taxes. And these other countries, rich people pay their taxes. It's us. It's us. I don't understand the desire to just want to protect rich people so bad that the highest priority is making sure that rich people keep their money. It doesn't make any sense. I was trying to see if I could find that. But yeah, I don't think I could find it. It was something about a national competition, right? And it might have been a science competition. And it was showing that America's top students or the top kids for this particular contest, they were all, because I don't know if they were Chinese, Korean, American, I'm not sure. But I know they were Asian American. Every single one of them were Asian American. That should tell Americans everything you need to know about your education system. Those children come from immigrant families. And understand, immigrant families are doing way extra shit with their kids outside of that school to educate their children. Because they understand that our school systems aren't that good. They know it. You're not fooling them. Okay? You're not fooling them. You're fooling yourself, but you're not fooling them. They understand that. That's why they invest in other things for their children to learn. Their children are bilingual. And being bilingual also opens up your brain to more things. You got children speaking multiple languages before they're 5. Our children can barely speak English. See? See, living life telling you. Y'all going to learn. It's not Americans, we are behind the curve on this stuff, and we're leaving our children behind. Immigrants make society better because they expose our deficits. And lying to yourself because you don't want to feel bad about deficits, you don't want to feel bad that this country isn't as great as they lie to you and pretend that it is, won't change it and make it any better. Our school systems are prison pipelines. It's the school to prison pipeline. That's all it is. That's what the school system is. It's a school to prison pipeline. Because either people, or in military, people either go into the service or they're going to go to the prison system. Yep, and immigrants use what they have to their maximum benefit. But immigration exposes American mediocrity and they don't like it. That's what Americans are mad about. I thought I was winning until this month showed up. That's what it is. Y'all don't understand. I just don't understand. I don't get it. I do get it, but that's what it is. I want to tell y'all something I just saw in a story. They're saying, and I'm telling you this, I know this is true. I know this is true. Uh-oh, I had to fix that. I know this is true because I was one of them. The federal government is paying more than 154,000 people not to work. That's a fact. I told y'all. Federal government, my job just ended on July 2nd, right? Where I'm finally no longer a federal employee. I was paid to sit at home from February all the way up until July 2nd. I couldn't work. But I make high six figures. And the government paid me to sit at home. No, I didn't get reinstated. I got fired. I used to work for USAID. My entire agency got dissolved. They took our jobs. We got fired. We were not riffed. So y'all got to understand, what y'all see happening in government are not rifts. Thank you so much, R-String. It's not rifts. It's firings. They fired us. But there are 150, I'm reading a current report right now. The government is paying more than 154,000 people not to work. They ain't saving nobody no money. You saying Canada will hire me? The problem is I don't even have money to move to Canada. That's the crazy thing, R-String. America takes our money so much. I don't even have money to move to Canada. So if Canada is not paying to move me and my family, I can't even afford to move out of America right now. I ain't got it. That's just the truth. Oh, hold up. I'm going to bring you up, R-String, so you could tell us about it, because we could use this as a segue to wrap up. Trump trying to rehire 11,000. Yeah, okay, let me address this real quick, R-String. They fired too many people. They are trying to rehire some, but the problem is most people won't come back. You know why? Now you have to answer questions if you want a federal government job about your loyalty to Donald Trump. So even if they tried to hire me back, I would respectfully decline. No, as a federal employee, I take an oath to the government, my country. I don't take an oath to Trump. Fuck that guy. So I'm not about to take an oath to him. If y'all don't believe me, go on USA Jobs and just act like you applying for a job. Watch when you see that questionnaire. That questionnaire, they're asking you outright who your loyalty is to, and your loyalty is supposed to be over to Trump over the country. That is not the oath that you take as a government employee. So no. Chill. Rosie, you know what's funny about rehiring with no DEI? How they gonna rehire with no DEI when his whole cabinet and he is DEI? Chill. They're all DEI. I'm like, get out of here with that. Thank you all so much this morning. Thank you all for helping me reach my goal. I greatly appreciate it. Yeah, they all are DEI, so I don't even listen to that. But before I let R-String up to talk with us about Canada, we'll take like the last 5-10 minutes to talk about Canada, especially if people are looking to move and stuff like that. Because I'm being honest, I just don't have it to move. I got animals. I got a house. We got, our kids are young adults. I mean, my husband lost his job too, because my husband used to work in NIH. He got pushed into early retirement and still has not received not one retirement payment. We have no idea when he's going to get it. They say they're behind because they done fired most of everybody. They fired most of everybody. So they don't even have enough people on staff to process our severance packages. They don't have enough people to process. Hold on for a second. Hold on. TikTok, because I moved my hand. They don't have enough people to process severance packages, retirement packages, none of that. So we're not getting any money. We don't, like, I was still getting my regular paychecks, but I don't know if I'm getting anything this week. I don't know if nothing gonna happen tomorrow. I have no idea. We'll see, but we have no idea. That's what government employees are dealing with. So when people talk about we making all this money, how? My husband hasn't gotten paid in months from his job and still don't know when he's gonna get paid. Has no idea. Has no idea. We're just trying to figure it out like everybody else. There are hundreds of thousands of federal employees in the same damn boat. Have no idea. But they're saying here, this is a Washington Post story. I'm going to tell y'all about this before we bring up the guest. They're saying that they're paying more than 154,000 federal employees. This is happening with your tax dollars, right? Me too, dude, because my mother worked for the federal government for almost 30 years. She retired early because she had the time, and at the time they were offering it at the time. But she didn't even get to enjoy her retirement because less than a year after her retirement, she died from pancreatic cancer. But my mother would look at this and would be outraged. She'd be like, oh my goodness. My mother started in government sweeping floors. She wasn't even a GS when she started. When my mother left out of the government, she was a paralegal. Because she got education and training working in that government job, working in the government. And keep in mind, I just went into the government 5-6 years ago. I was private. I took a pay cut to go in that motherfucker, that's why I'm even more pissed. I went in to make things better and got punished. So the only way they could get me back in there, they'd have to clean some shit up royally. You understand? Because I'm like, man, fuck y'all. Y'all on that shit. I know how government works. And I know how contracting works because I contracted for years. And the fact that Trump and them are trying to contract out so much, that's just another way for rich people to steal your damn money. Because ain't no oversight. Ain't no oversight at all. Talking about we make money. Man, I could have made more money working in private industry. I chose to work in government. I chose to. But whatever. Whatever. But they saying the number what was not previously reported accounts for workers at dozens of agencies who took offers. And keep in mind, these are just the people. Hold up. I forgot to tell y'all. The 154,000 people are the people that the government is paying until September 30th. See, if you took the deferred resignation, they're paying those people until September 30th, and they not even working. With your money. This was Elon Musk's idea. Paying them to sit on their ass at home. Hell, some of them got other jobs and still getting money. So they getting 2 checks. They getting job from the new job, and they getting money from the other place. October 1st, they get laid off, but shit, they getting paid to September 30th. See, I didn't take the deferred resignation. I was in one of the first agencies to get it. I was in USAID. And they only gave us like a couple of days to make a decision. Then, before we could even make a decision, the courts came in and said, hey, stop. They froze it. So then they froze it on us. Then when the courts came back and said, nah, you can keep going, Elon snatched it and said, well, if you didn't take it, you can't get it now. You're going to be fired in July. So I got fucked. I had like 2 days to look at it, make a decision if I wanted to take it. It gets frozen. Then they snatch it. They treated us like trash. We literally got treated like trash. Okay? Trash. That's why I'm like, nah, fuck that. You couldn't pay me to go back there. Fuck them people. I loved my coworkers. My coworkers were great people. But fuck the people who orchestrated all this shit. I'm like, what? I busted my ass in that job and never got, and was salaried, so I didn't get no overtime. There were many times I worked way more hours for the American people. I didn't get paid for it, but it didn't matter to me because I was doing the job for the people. Now, nah, they couldn't get me to come back in there. Fuck that. Always having to work on old equipment, not having all the stuff you needed. People think that government has all this stuff. We were always the last to get stuff. They never wanted to buy nothing till it was too late, till the world's had it for a decade. Then they want to buy it for us. And then when they buy it for you, they're buying the one that's still decades behind everybody else. Thank you, Sonia. Who's to say they won't do it all? Yeah, that's my thing. If government can flip-flop like this, if other countries can't trust you, why would you trust it? I learned my lesson. But Elon Musk, an immigrant, took my job, took my husband's job too. Took all our jobs. Nevada, I heard a good thing, but Nevada school system is trash, I heard. Don't have no kids in Nevada. Don't have no kids. That's what I heard. I'm with you. I ain't selling my soul for no money. Bump that. That's why I could never be, no disrespect. I don't have nothing against strippers. Get your money, sis. But I could never be like, no, that I couldn't do it. Because I always knew that there were other ways that I could earn money, that I don't have to do that. I'm just being honest. So it was just certain things in my life I never could do. I wasn't going to do that. I wasn't going to do the pew-pews. And I wasn't going to be a pharmacist. I wasn't going to do any of that. Because I just always feel, and also I'm not built for jail. I'm not built for that. I ain't never want a girlfriend. I'm not really built for that. Nothing against ladies who do, but it was never my story. You understand? So that's why I was like, nah. And my mom always scared me about prison and jail because she was always like, if you do that, I'm abandoning you. I will act like I don't know you. And it was like, nah, I can't have that then. Who the hell want to be locked up and with no help from the outside? So, nah, I just live my life on the straight and narrow. You know what I'm saying? Not a lover of money like that. I could never do that. Now, I ain't gonna lie. There's a couple of times I was thinking about being one of those fake-ass Nigerians to scam folks. Because for whatever reason, a Nigerian show up in somebody's inbox. Please help me. If you send me $500, this is me, Beyonce. This is me, Beyonce. I am contacting you. I have gotten stranded in Cameroon. Please, just send me $1,200. And when I get back to America, I promise I will send you $500,000. I ain't gonna lie. I thought about doing that because the dummies that I see, honey. I remember one time I did get a message from Michelle. Listen. I remember one time I got a message online from Michelle and Destiny's Child. She had went out of town and she had left her wallet and her purse at home. And she was trying to get back. And she contacted me and asked me if I could send her some money so she could get back. And then she was going to send me the money when she got back because she was going to talk to Beyonce. I just can't believe people fall for that shit. I'm just like, nah. But when I got the message, I was just like, people fall for this shit. Really? Even if Michelle was on Facebook sending messages, why would she send it to me? She don't know me. Why would she pick me? You know what I mean? Chill. Just like, okay, one more thing before I let you up Airstream, because I am R-String, I'm gonna let you up. One more thing. Also, thing is a warning to y'all too, because these scammers are scamming. Because this happened to me too. I don't know if this ever happened to y'all, where you will get a check in the mail, and it'll be a real check. It'll be from a business, and it'll come with a letter, and it'll say to you, you know, hey, this, that, and the other. Don't put that check in your bank. I'm telling you, I've gotten those checks before, and I cut them up and throw them in the trash. I'm telling you, they're scammers too. Because you're going to put that check in your bank. Because they'll tell you, put the check in your bank, take this amount of cash out, and then send me that cash, and then you can keep the rest, right? What's going to happen is your bank, once they really process the check's going to be reported stolen. You're going to be on the hook for the money you took out and sent to them fools. And then your account going to get shut down. And now you all caught up in something. Don't do it. Okay? Not I used to cash them at the cash store. Listen. Yeah, it's a whole mess. They do that. That's a lot of scamming too. Scammers are out here everywhere. Okay? Scammers are everywhere. Same thing with your TikTok account. If you get an email talking about they want to verify your account or make you verify, TikTok would never send it to you through your email. So you go clicking on them links, they gonna take over your stuff and get your information, and and 9 times out of 10, you're never ever ever gonna be able to get back in your account again. Don't click on that stuff. Same thing in your text, in your cell phone. If you get a text talking about UPS say you got a package and this, that, and the other, don't click that link. It's a fake ass UPS website. It's spoofing. That's all it is. Just to get your get your information, because you're going to go in there, put your information in thinking it's a real UPS website. And what's going to happen is it's going to put spyware and all this other crap on your system. And they just going to data farm and get all your information and lock you out of your own stuff, okay? Don't do that. The scammers are out working hardcore. Scammers need money too. Okay, scammers got bills too. They got bills every month, just like y'all got bills. Okay? That's the only regret I have. You know, I don't know why my parents didn't make it happen much sooner in life and have me a little sooner, right? Because the people who was able to scam back in the 70s and 80s and 90s and stuff like that, early 90s, they got to keep their money. Some of them went to prison, got out, and still had their money. You know what I mean? Because it was a different time then. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? A lot of them got the scam and still got out and had a great life and got to flourish at because they scammed at the right time. Now, shit. Now you scamming, they throwing you under the jail and you there forever. It ain't the same. It ain't the same. It's a different level of scamming now. Yeah. Honestly, people aren't any more vulnerable than they were in the past. It's just that it's so much easier to scam people now. I know how to literally copy the Amazon website in a few seconds and create a fake ass Amazon website. And I could send it to somebody and they think it's really Amazon. They register, they put their payment information in, all of that stuff. It ain't as hard as it looks. It is not as hard as it looks. It just takes effort. And the thing about scammers is they are really good at scamming. When you do nothing but scam, you become very, very, very good at it. So just letting y'all know, it ain't as hard as it looks. So y'all need to be careful when y'all visit these websites. They will look real, but they not real. And Instagram is king of scammers. Now, TikTok got a lot of scammers. Don't get me wrong. It got a lot. But Instagram, oh, that's the OG scam ground. That's OG scam ground right there. Is Instagram. Between the catfishing and the scamming, it's just bad. So, yeah, and it's easier to scam with everybody having cell phones now. Because people don't think. Wow, he got conned into a metal roof. Yeah, it's not hard. They'll call you. I remember one time scammers called me on my phone, made it look like it was my mortgage company calling me. And they almost had me. until I went, since when y'all started hiring Indian customer service reps? When I said that, he hung up. Cause but think about it, your mortgage company, anybody from your mortgage company you talk to tends to be American. So be careful. If somebody from your mortgage company call you, tell them hang up, I'll call back. And I'll call the regular number and talk to somebody because I need to make sure you're really from the company you say you're from. Because if not, they're going to get you, baby. Okay? So we're going to take this last 9 or 10 minutes because I got to wrap up this morning. I'm going to bring up our string because she's going to talk about moving to Canada. I'm going to bring you up. Now, I want to ask because your face looks a little familiar to me. Are you
Hey,
the young? Hello, good morning. Are you the young woman that I've seen your videos here on TikTok about you and your family moved to Canada?
no, that's
Okay,
another.
okay,
Okay, that's another woman. Okay,
okay,
now, so what it is that okay with your job qualifications and with the new trade deal that Canada and Mexico did, and
okay.
there's okay, and the fact that the United Nations have left New York and moved to Africa, they are seeking people with your experience to move to Canada and to move to China or Japan. And they're
Ah,
actively and so so what you need to do, I mean they even posted it on Indeed, okay? That's how okay, they're not playing. Even
okay.
Russia, Russia trying to hire you, okay? Okay? So
Wow. Okay,
okay,
look, I'm
so
writing this down. That's why you see me looking down.
okay, so what you're gonna do is just you're gonna have to Google Canada website and find out that their federal jobs because they are absolutely going to take the American talent and they're coming. Okay,
Gotcha.
China
Okay, I'm
wants it
looking.
to.
Yeah, I just Googled. I see him here.
Okay,
Okay.
and China wants it to specifically our medical. There was a black woman here in Birmingham. No, not Birmingham. I'm sorry. There's a black woman here that did the cancer. She invented where you can use rays, X-rays to bust cancer. Well, she couldn't get. Nobody wanted her. Guess where she went? Japan. They have the technology.
Wow.
So it's not that they see what United States is doing. The people are talking about it, okay? They know that what happened is absolutely wrong. I worked for state government, I worked for city government, I worked for county, and my brother works for the federal government. When they villainized
Mm-hmm.
people that keep the country going. I worked in infectious diseases. Okay,
Ah.
all right. When they villainize the employees that keep the federal government going, no one realized that our population has tripled. Okay, so you need
Mm.
people to run the government, and you don't
Yep.
have enough people because the hiring process was so long. So you had you had the broke back billionaires, okay, the broke back billionaires, okay, over there with President Kankles, okay, and VP Eyeliner, okay,
Not PPL.
okay, all right, coming in and villainizing people because what it
Mm-hmm.
was this. Elonia Muscatina wanted the data.
Yep.
Germany is after Elonia Muscatina, and they want them bad
Ah.
because when they changed our voting machines, it linked it up to that raggedy piece of shit Starlink, which was hackable.
Yep.
And right before he boomed his Starlink satellite in India, you can look this up. They were using it to siphon rugs out of India. Okay?
Wow. I'm not surprised.
Okay? His shit is raggedy. I'm sorry. His shit is garbage. Okay?
I'm not surprised.
Okay? So he wants to just implement himself into our transportation system. Well, Verizon had those contracts. Well, it seems like Verizon was working very well because now you're using his stuff. The planes are falling up out the skies left and right.
Yep. Yep. You're right.
Okay?
And as you're talking, I found the Canadian website where they
Mm-hmm.
have all the government jobs for Canada where you guys can register. Their jobs in Japan websites where they're looking for all types of people bilingual
And they will
and
pay you to move over there, provide you with
wow.
housing. And trust me, listen, once you leave, okay, once you go over there, they're going to treat you well,
Yep.
okay? Because Canada and because look, hats off to Madam Claudia of the Presidente Claudia, okay? Hats off to Claudia for her in Canada coming up with the deal. They said, we're not paying them tariffs. We'll go around you. Okay? We're going to
Mm-hmm.
go around. We don't need you. We're going to go around you. Okay? The other thing is that what they're getting also ready to get ready to do was they were going to, is it Kenya? Kenya was going to go ahead and help Haiti get back on its feet. They were going to help.
Ah.
Okay? Now, I'm not, I'm going to just give you my age. I'm 54 years old. Okay?
Okay.
All right. All right. So if you know the history, United States made Haiti pay back money.
Right.
Okay. And nobody wanted to help the Haitians because they had a high population of infectious diseases and which was HIV at the time, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
when Fat Al Sharpton went on over there and came back skinny. Okay. All right. Now what they found out was in Haiti they have all these natural resources. So what they're going to do is that they're just trying to, Kenya is going to go over there and help Haiti stabilize. And they're going to put
Ah.
them under them so
Okay.
that they, okay? Because Haiti has a lot of anything you need. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, y'all. I had to remove our string because TikTok said she was a violation. Y'all gotta love it. This is why I told y'all at some point, our string, you gave great. No. You're fine, beautiful. You're fine. It's not you. Trust me, it's not you. That yeah, you can't say the truth about certain things on TikTok. According to TikTok, that's a violation. Literally, it popped up, and it popped up. Yeah, certain things you can't talk about on TikTok because they won't allow it. So I'll tell y'all this: while she was talking, I did some digging. Y'all, when Google today, jobs for Americans in China, jobs for Americans in Japan, and when it came to the Canadian jobs, I Googled federal jobs in Canada. You can also Google federal jobs in China, federal jobs in Japan. Okay, and let me say, Armstrong, you are hilarious. That went over fat Al Sharpton, came back skinny Al Sharpton. I was done. I was done. Okay, I was done. Just so you know, I was done. Okay, yeah. That's why I tell y'all I'm gonna be I'll be doing more and more on other platforms, and I've slowly been doing that because of that. But I'm already seeing, and honestly, Japan has always been one of those places I've looked at. Like Canada looks cool, but I honestly, Japan looks like such a great place to live. It just really seems like it is a great place to live. And honestly, Austrian, you really were of great help to me because honestly, the last couple of weeks, I've been feeling so like, what the fuck am I supposed to do next? You know, like I enjoy commentary and I enjoy talking and all of those things and all that stuff is great. But at the end of the day, I gotta pay my bills. You know, I'm a realist. You understand? And I'm realistically looking at it like I'm tired of struggling in America. I'm tired of everything being so expensive. Real shit. And honestly, if they offer me something remote, I'll take that too. I'm open. Because I've worked with remote teams. Like, I remember when I was a Scrum Master, I used to have a Scrum Master team. I used to have a team that I would be a Scrum Master for, that was a team of Indian developers. And I used to love working with those guys. Oh, people are moving to Thailand too? Yeah. So I'm open to exploring other options. I don't have to stay in America forever. The internet makes it so you can really be anywhere, to be honest with you. And I'm not against doing China remote, but if the cost of living is cheaper in China, why the fuck would I stay here? You understand? Why the fuck would I stay here? You know what I mean? Because it's about the overall quality of life. It's not just the job. You know what I'm saying? It is not just the job. It's the overall quality of life. When you're talking about the medical system, I have multiple sclerosis. So I think through that. Like, well, what happens when I'm unable to physically do things anymore? You know? So I think about that. And then I think about I have a special needs child. So I think about her. And the system here, they don't give a fuck about anybody that's vulnerable. You know? So I think about, so for me, I'm looking at the stuff in its totality. I'm okay for having a smaller house. Quiet as kept, having a large house means more bills. We got to keep it all the way a buck. All I need is enough room to do what I need to do. I don't need a McMansion. That's more shit to clean. The house I have right now is more than enough room for us. It's just enough room for us, to be honest with you. We ain't got too much, but it ain't too little. It's just right. That's all I need. I don't need all that other shit. I don't understand people who do. I don't want to be in my house and be like, hello, and be like, hello, 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 hello. Who need that shit? Not me. I don't need an echo. Who am I supposed to be, Shaq? You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be in the house. Hello, 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 hello. Anybody there? Nah, I'm good on that. Don't nobody want all that echo. So I'm all right. Plus, another thing, Japan and China, they have those vending machines, which are so cool, where you can eat like anything. Yeah, this is my new assignment to dig. Because my thing was, I was looking, and then I started feeling like discouraged because I was like, shit, I ain't got money to move. You know how expensive it is to move? It's expensive as hell to move in America. So just the thought of moving to another country was daunting. Was like, yeah, but if there, I'm like, I'm going to tell y'all a couple websites that I found just in us talking before. She said check Indeed. Indeed did come up for me. So check Indeed. Check Canada.ca. That's all Canadian government opportunities, right? Let me see who else. I looked on jobsinjapan.com. That's another website that I found, but I still got to do some more digging. Then I found another one, jobs.echinacitiescom. I told y'all the search terms to use. I searched jobs for Americans in China, jobs for Americans in Japan, federal jobs in Canada, federal jobs in China, federal jobs in Japan. Spain, yeah, but not if you're black. I don't know about that. Quiet as kept, I'm going to look at Norway too. It is gorgeous there. I wouldn't mind living in beautiful Norway. Because Norway is fucking gorgeous. Norway is gorgeous. I would just want to be moving to Norway just to do videos and pictures and be like, look at me stunting on all you motherfuckers online. Y'all ain't got this background I got. You know, stuff like that. Yeah, China's gorgeous. Reggie, no, Norway wouldn't be too cold for me. I have hot flashes, boo. I have hot flashes. I would be standing outside in a sports bra and yoga pants. Like, this weather feels absolutely glorious, darling. Glorious. So, you know, yeah. With having hot flashes, I would go to some place cold. I could go to Iceland right about now and be perfectly fine, Reggie. Perfectly fine. My husband, not so much. But that's the sacrifice I'm willing to make. Listen, what I'm not willing to do is sweat for it. Okay? Oh, New Zealand. Let me write that down. That's an option I hadn't considered as well. New Zealand. Okay. These are options I hadn't considered, but that's something to think about too. Listen, so we all got homework, y'all. So we all got homework. We got something to spend our time digging and looking. Hell, let me find out one of y'all gonna end up with a remote job from China. Next time y'all come in here, y'all be like, ni hao. That's me. Ni hao. Let me learn I need to learn how to speak Mandarin, Cantonese. Listen. Okay? You ain't seen nothing yet till you see this black woman read folks for filth on the internet in multiple languages. Don't play with me. You don't play with me. Let me get a job where I have to move to Japan or China and me start making Japanese soul food. Stop playing with me. Okay? Talk about the fusions that I would create. Listen, I'm willing to make these sacrifices, okay? Okay? And he should too. Isn't that what the toxic people say? If you love me, wouldn't you do anything? That's what the toxic men tell the women. I'll take him with me, but listen, he has to be willing to freeze. That's why they make coats, sir. Layer up, as they say. Layer up. I love you guys. Thank you all so much for joining me this morning. And R-String, thank you so much for all the information. I'll talk to you some more. Look, I got to make a note about reaching out to you. Because we'll probably do another discussion on a different platform. And I can invite everybody. And we can talk over there. And not worried about getting flagged from TikTok. Hold up. I'm making a note to myself. Yeah, because then we can talk more. Because TikTok is kind of funny. How did we get to 92K that fast? Thank you all so much. Thank you all. Listen, thank you for the likes this morning, the shares, the commentary. Y'all know I love talking with you guys because, and I love that you come spend time with me. What did I tell you? I appreciate the time that you spend with me because your time is the most important commodity that you possess. Because once you spend it, you can't get it back. So you can earn more money. You cannot earn more time. You understand? Thank you, Cassie, for talking and tapping. I appreciate that. I really, really do. And what do I tell you all? I'm not surprised that TikTok did that, Adele. That's TikTok, man. They'll let you talk about egregious, raggedy shit that lowers the human consciousness. That shit you can talk about all day on TikTok. All day. But when you start teaching people, enlightening folk, shit, flag. That's TikTok. I done figured it out. Okay? That is TikTok. Like, y'all know that video I did the other day where I talk about the American dream is so dead, people won't even have kids. Guess how much money I made on that video? I'm gonna show y'all a comparison about how TikTok does with they want nonsense over substance. That's what I figured out. Now on that video, I've made about $3. But on the video where I talked about my dog's vagina, I made almost $2,000. That's TikTok. I figured that out. Yeah, that's TikTok. We talk about money and why people won't have kids. TikTok like, we don't really care about this. They want to hear about your dog's vagina. That's TikTok. I give up. I made more money talking about when they took the stock ticker off of Fox News. I made $500 off of that. Ciao. TikTok got shit with it. Say it again. TikTok. They should rename it just TikTok Titanic because it is not the same app. It's not the same app. But see, that's the problem. When something becomes really good and fun, it's never going to be the same. It's always going to change. This is why sometimes people tell you, that's why sometimes people say gatekeeping is important. See why they say that? That's why sometimes people say gatekeeping is important. Because when you start exposing what you love to other things, all of a sudden, it's going to change. It has no choice but to change because of money. Money forces it to change. That's why for certain things, it's okay to gatekeep. Thank you all for the likes. I appreciate the 100,000 likes. I really do. Y'all know I appreciate you guys. Oh, yeah, I know they cutting research. They cut everything. They cut everything. Like I tell you guys, check me out. Click the link in my bio. Check out the Straight No Chaser podcast. We got a new podcast episode dropping again tomorrow too. We got another one dropping again tomorrow. Now, hold on a minute. Let me find my thing because I got to find out. Tomorrow's episode, refresh. Why are you doing that? Tomorrow's episode is going to be centered around the look, I gotta remember what I named it. That ain't the one. Hold on. I gotta find it. Look, age is a beast. Age is a beast, beloved. It's a beast. But it's another podcast episode coming out tomorrow as well. I'm releasing them more frequently because I'm finding that people love the conversations. So that's why I am releasing them more frequently because I think that it's important to do that. Oh, I know what it is. The tomorrow's podcast is about how Hollywood has always been political. You know how people say now, man, Hollywood is so political, trying to indoctrinate everybody. No, Hollywood's always been political, and they were always trying to indoctrinate you. And they were actually in the past trying to indoctrinate you into Christian things, conservative mindsets. And many of you probably ain't even noticed it. Always were trying to do that. Folks, and the example I gave yesterday was, remember Alex P. Keaton? Alex P. Keaton from Family Ties, he was always trying to indoctrinate people into Reaganomics. Reaganomics wasn't good for most Americans. They were good for people like Alex P. Keaton that came out from that upper middle class family. But for the rest of us, that was not the case. When you look back at Family Ties, like you knew when you watched Family Ties then that they had money. But now when you look at it, they were upper middle class. They had shmoney. Those people were far from poor. They ain't know nothing about people struggling. Not one thing at all. That's why Alex was such a pretentious asshole. So check it out. That'll be out tomorrow. We laughed at it, but they made it funny so you wouldn't understand that that it was propaganda. See, when you laugh, you don't understand you're being indoctrinated. Boom. When you laugh and when you cry, you don't realize indoctrination's happening. But it was. Right? It was. So, I thank you all for joining me this morning. I appreciate it like I always tell you I do. I'll be back here at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, live at 5. I want to send a shout out to my top 5 gifters because I do this every live. Number 1, beautiful Stacy. Thank you. Number 2, handsome Russ. Number 3, beautiful Trail. Number 4, beautiful Cassie B. Number 5, beautiful Lori. And a special shout out to handsome Kiera. Thank you so much. Don't forget to check out the links in my bio. I also do written commentary on Substack. I hope you all, I ain't gonna hope, I know y'all gonna have a wonderful day. And our string just brightened up my day so much. Thank you, beautiful, because you gave me more hope again. Because I'm telling you, I've been the last couple weeks like, I just don't know what the fuck I'm going to do. How I'm going to make this work. But that gave me more hope to look outside my comfort zone. So thank you, sweetie, for doing that. I appreciate that. And I will see y'all this afternoon live at 5. Don't forget, this live is going to be up on YouTube this morning. So I'll put it up on there so you can rewatch and get the information and the websites that we talked about. Love you guys. I'll see you this afternoon. I'm going to tell you how I always tell you. Don't let nobody live rent-free in your head. Don't feed the trolls. And you can accomplish anything you put your mind to as long as you stay consistent. Peace, you guys. I'll see you live at 5.